Yes, sir. I'm sharing the PPT.
Yeah.
Sir, is my screen is visible?
Yeah, visible.
Okay, sir. So hello everyone.
Yes.
It's Ayush here. We are group number 17. So we are here today to talk to you all about about the radical experiment, that is the rapid prototyping FDM process, that is fused deposition modeling. So before dive into the topic, I want to ask you all one simple question, that what will you answer if I'll tell you that any idea which you have in your mind will be developed within 30 minutes, that is it will be generated in real world. Can anyone in this meeting can answer this question? Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, audible.
So I have just asked one question to you all, that what will you answer if I tell you that any idea which you have in your mind will be developed within 30 minutes, that is it will be generated in real world. What will you do, or what will you answer to this question?
Rapid prototyping.
Yes, you are right. So rapid prototyping is some kind of radical experiment. So let's dive into the topic. So FDM has been around since the beginning of the history of 3D printing. Fused deposition modeling was developed by S. Scott Crump in the late 1980s before he founded Stratasys. So let's start the slideshow and let's move on to the another. That is, let's first of all know that what is FDM. So fused deposition modeling is a form of additive manufacturing where molten fibers are extruded and deposited to print tracks of 2D cross sections to form complex 3D products. Although FDM products have been made from metals and highly filled ceramics, the production of thermoplastic materials is the most common by far. So this is FDM technology has continued to evolve with significant advances in three fields. First, researchers recognize that process and product performances can be improved with negligible added cost by implementing control algorithms that incorporate mechanistic models of the process dynamics. So let's learn that how FDM work. It's a good question, that how FDM work. So here is how the FDM fabrication process works. A spool of thermoplastic filament is first loaded into the printer. Once the nozzle has reached the desired temperature, the filament is fed to the extrusion head, as you have seen in the diagram, and in the nozzle where it melts. And the second process is the extrusion head is attached to a 3-axis system, allows it to move in a XYZ directions. So the melted material is extruded in their strands and is deposited layer by layer in the predetermined locations where it cools and solidifies. Sometimes the cooling of the material is accelerated through the use of cooling fans attached on the extrusion head. So the third one will be that to fill an area, multiple passes are required. It is similar to coloring a rectangle with a marker. When a layer is finished, the build platform moves down, or in the other machine setups, the extrusion head moves up and the new layer is deposited. So this is a additive manufacturing process chain. That is, first of all, as I have just tell you, that first of all we will design in CAD, then it will be converted to STL, that is it will convert it into the layers, and then this slice file will be then print layer upon layer. So this is something a very short and a somewhat brief explanation that how FDM works. So let's move on to a warping. That warping is one of the most important defects in FDM. When the extruded material cools during solidification, its dimension decreases. Okay, so it is one of the most common defects in FDM. As different section of the print cool at different rates, their dimension also changes at different speed. So differential cooling causes the build-up of internal stresses that pull the underlying layer upwards, causing it to wrap as seen in a figure. From a technology standpoint, warping can be prevented by closer monitoring of the temperature of the FDM system. That is for an example of the build platform and the chamber, and by increasing the adhesion between the part and the build platform. Okay, so this is something about warping. So from now onwards, the PPT will be conducted by Sufyan. Heads up to Sufyan.
Hello, Ayush, can you share the PPT that I sent now? It is the same PPT.
Actually, I'm not having that PPT because it was showing that you are not
Because
able to
I
add
just sent,
context to it.
I sent now before you're presenting on WhatsApp.
Okay, okay, you can share that PPT. I'll unshare my PPT.
Okay, let it be. My laptop's in use, so let it
Okay,
be.
okay, okay.
प्रेजेंटर करना पड़ेगा क्या इसको?
नहीं सर, चलेगा सर.
चलेगा ना? हाँ.
चलेगा सर.
Okay. So now warping is in front of me.
Yes, sir. From
Support structure.
yes, sir. So, my name is Sufyan Khan Seriwala.
Yeah.
I will be doing this support structure part. In this, the support structure is very essential for creating the geometries with overhang. That means if we have a shape with a 45-degree, so we need a overhang support. Without that, we will not be able to make, because we cannot directly make in the air. So we need support or overhang. It is recommended that the part designed is such a way that to minimize the need of the support. Due to this, because the surface of the overhang is of low quality than the other sides. Therefore, it is generally avoidable to use the supports. And there comes a dissolvable support which dissolve when after its use, but it is very costly. Next slide. There are different characteristics of FDM that are infill layer adhesions which are not included here. But anyway, here directly comes on common material. The common materials generally use are polymers, which are PLA, ABS, PET, nylon, Teflon, etc. The choice of the material generally depends on the what the user wants to print. So the figure shows the key criteria needed to choose the material that has commodity in engineering purposes, high performance, etc. Next slide. Post processing, as in case of FDM with fused deposition method, we deposit the material layer by layer, so we get a very wavy surface on its outermost layer. So it is important to do a post processing. Post processing is an important step for this FDM printed parts to obtain a very smooth surface. Generally, some of them added strength to the part, helping to remove the anisotropic behavior of the FDM part. It is not strength in all direction. In X direction, in Z direction, it is little weak due to the layer bonding. Therefore, there are the processes post processing involved are the support removal, sanding process, gap filling process, polishing the surface process, priming and painting process, smoothing with vapors, epoxy coating, metal plating, etc. are the various processes, post processing process. Thank you, sir. Now I handle to Luai.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are. Suraj.
Yes, I am Mohammad Saqib, roll number 5, and I'll be explaining the advantages of FDM. FDM process offers several advantages: simplicity, safety, and ease of use. FDM machines are safe, reliable, easy to use, and office friendly. As there is no toxic material, powder handling, intense heat, or laser involved, parts can be handled immediately after fabrication. The second disadvantage is no material wastage. Being an extrusion based process, only the required amount of filament material is used to create the part and to create the supports. Therefore, there is no material wastage. Variety of build styles. FDM process allows extensive possibilities of tool path build styles used in each layer by altering appropriate process variables such as raster width, fill pattern, raster angle, and air gaps. Raster width or row width means which refers to the width of deep deposition path related to size. Ease of material change. FDM machines used feedstock filaments in spools and cartridges. Therefore, it requires minimal effort to change material on the FDM machine. FDM uses a variety of engineering polymers. The simplicity of FDM process offers potential of introducing new materials consisting of both polymers and composites. Ease of support removal. Normally, supports can easily be snapped off by hand from models. Its maintenance cost is very low. Machines can run unattended for hours. Next, please. Next slide, please. Thank you. FDM has limitations too. The very first limitation is surface finish and accuracy. As the filament material is extruded through circular hole of the model tip, therefore the deposited beads have a round section. This limits the accuracy of the parts. Moreover, because of the layer by layer deposition process, the staircase effect on sloping or curved surface generally causes a grainy surface finish. The second limitation is build speed. Generally, build speed is slow because a single model tip is typically used to deposit material. The third disadvantage is feedstock filaments. FDM material needs to be made in filament form of required diameter, required mechanical and rheological properties. Any new material to be introduced must have also need to meet these requirements. Anisotropic properties. First, we will see what is the meaning of anisotropic properties. Anisotropic property is a property of an object or substance having a physical property which has a different value when measured in different direction. So, anisotropic properties. As the parts are built by depositing extruded rods, the mechanical properties of the parts are not same in all directions. Orientation of the part on the build table also affects the mechanical strength of the part in different build direction. Next, please. Applications. The common applications that include using FDM for prototyping is commonly known. Here we will focus on the advanced application deployed in the industries that use the FDM process. 50% of the usage of FDM is still for the fabrication of rapid prototypes. As technologies continues to improve this area of use, most of the products described below can be considered to be well beyond of the realm of rapid prototypes. Next, please. The first application is to make jigs and fixture. Often tools like jigs, fixtures, and guides are virtually invisible when production is running smoothly, but their importance becomes evident whenever problems arise. The adoption of 3D printing via FDM in this sector is driven by the ability of clients to design and test functional parts for form and fit without the need of high-cost tooling. With resilient materials, the parts are built or strong enough to use in end-use applications. The picture shows inspection of yoke using a FDM fixture. Next slide, please. The second application is for validating the design of an automobile. FDM truly shines in the designer's ability not to just give the thumbs up to the design, but also validate the design through functional testing. Through FDM, designers have greater confidence that their design will be acceptable once they pass it on the manufacturing team. Now further applications will be explained by Luai. Over to Luai. Thank you.
So I'm Luai Darwaza, a lawyer. I'll take on the presentation from here to go on and touch about the different applications of the FDM process that are currently used in the industry. Our friend Sura gave a basic explanation of the application that he explained. So as we start, we'll see the aeronautical applications that in which FDM process is used. Aeronautics is a field in which a high amount of research is being going on, and there is a huge economical incentive to decrease the cost and production rate, increase the production rate of the rockets. As you can see in the picture, that's the world's largest 3D printer that is currently deployed, and the part that is being manufactured is a fuselage or a fuel tank of a rocket. Could we go to the next slide, please? Yeah. So the rocket in the picture that you can see is the Atlas V rocket built by United Launch Alliance. It is a NASA-funded rocket, and it currently uses 3D printed parts, and it is estimated that using the FDM process and the 3D printing, we are currently saving $1 million annually just by changing the manufacturing technique. Let's go to the next class, please. So the medical applications. FDM is highly used in the medical field because each of the medical device are to be customized on the basis of the user shape and body. Now, as you can see in the picture, a prosthesis is deployed on a child's body. Each of these prostheses has to be shaped according to one person's body, in which FDM can be used, as well as this process is quite scalable. So the advantage that we get while using it in implants and prostheses is that it can be customized according to the user, as well as we can scale that particular process. This is further used in the dental industry to produce dental crowns, as well as with the recent innovations in the FDM materials. Titanium can also be printed using the FDM process, making sure we can print the cranial plates, knee replacement plates, or jaw replacement plates using the FDM technique. Will we go on to the next slide, please? So bioprinting of tissues and organs. Now, it is quite common to hear that there is an organ shortage in the medical industry, and people need to wait years and years in the donation list. Using the FDM process in the current research, we are able to print a number of basic organs, and further research is going on to print a complete organ such as our heart. We use bioprinting or inkjet bioprinting, in which droplets of living cells are placed on a substrate. Substrate is a substance that would hold that particular living cell and replicate an organ. Current research is going on in the International Space Station in order to print these structures in zero gravity, so that no support structure is required and the organ does not collapse. Let's go to the next slide, please. Similarly, in the medical field, drug dosage is a huge field. So each user has to be given a certain amount of drug in a certain amount of proportion. And with FDM, a particular file of the amount of material, structure, and its composition can be given to the user, as well as user can print that particular medicine and take it when it is required. This is in the research phase currently, and it is being deployed as we go. So the next slide, please. So printing of house and construction. Now, Larsen and Toubro, the L&T has currently built the third house by using the FDM process in India. It all started with the University of Southern California development of using contour crafting of this technology, which is not dissimilar to the FDM process. And it extrudes a stream of concrete and use this extrusion process to print the walls of the house. The entire system sits on the mobile gantry system, as you can see in the picture, and it can be installed on rails, and the construction site can be used to print the walls of the house, as well as other robots are used to install the electrical plumbing as well. And the amount of innovation that is going on currently, the market cap of this particular process could reach $56.4 million in 2021 itself. So let's go to the next slide, please. So spare parts and manufacturing. 3D printing is used to produce spare parts in the industry, which is very common. As you can see, propeller is being 3D printed using the industry, in which the contours of the propeller, in order to increase its efficiency, can be manufactured quite simply. Similarly, a number of parts can be 3D printed using the FDM technology, and improvement in the quality of systems have seen a plethora of engineering components directly manufactured in metals and plastics as well. So let's go to the next slide, please. Yeah. So we would conclude by saying that FDM has established a prominent position in the additive manufacturing since its inception 2 decades ago. This technology has attained market leadership in terms of the largest number of units installed in plant-based additive manufacturing. The simplicity and reliability of the technology has also prompted the development of several other non-filament type extrusion-based FDM processes. FDM has been extensively used by the research and development community at universities and research organizations to further enhance the process and part quality to develop new materials for a variety of new engineering applications. It is expected that future research in the FDM process will be directed to increase the build speed, improve the surface texture, and develop new materials and plastic compositions, as well as biomaterials for specific commercial applications. Research in new FDM will be dictated by the intended application, and the success in rapid and suitable for the FDM process conditioning. Presentation.
Acha. So wide areas of applications are covered by the boys here because in theory we have studied this process in details. Even in our term work also we focused on FDM. But how the application extends, even what he said, aerospace, then building a model of that home, L&T, what they are saying. Then in NASA, they are making some components and reducing their cost. So these things are new to us, and that was a quite interesting seminar. If anybody want to ask any question, the forum is open to you. You can ask your doubts, you can discuss your thing, you can give your opinion, okay, with the group. Please,
Sir,
anybody?
Recently in news also, the NASA competition, NASA was holding the competition of 3D printing habitat challenge in space. So the research and architecture studio of AI Space Factory has designed the 3D printer house that called Project Marsha to have a house in Mars. So they are designing that house by using FDM printer only.
Oh. So that FDM is getting gain in compared to other rapid prototyping process. FDM is getting more, I think, weightage. So that is observed. Means I also heard
NASA
that.
had organized a competition in order to print a house on the moon. So they had given a material that was very similar to the regolith, that is the moon stand, and a number of people printed a picture or a house with that material.
But the material which we use in day-to-day practice for FDM is plastic material. But when it comes to high temperature means melting point material, then how they are coping up? That is a question now. Means when high melting point material is there, then how that extrusion and heating they are doing. That is quite interesting to know. Many things are has to be seen actually. So that's many things. This is an area of new research now. I meant to say. So it's quite a good seminar. Anybody want to discuss anything with these boys, Panchamiya, Luvai, and yeah? Bolo na.
Can FDM be used to print carbon fiber reinforced polymer components?
Could you repeat that question, please? I couldn't hear you.
Can FDM be used to print CFRP components?
I think Rocket Lab currently are trying to print their fuselage. Rocket Lab are using the carbon composite material, and what I know about it is that their rockets and the fuselage specifically is being used. The Electron rocket that uses the carbon composite material. I think they are using the FDM process in the surface part.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody?
I had one question. You guys said that this printing is also used for organ manufacturing, right? So I can't really relate what type of material do they use to simulate an organ?
It's a living cell. Like a
Sorry?
living cell material or a bioprinting ink. The technical term would be a bioprinting ink that is placed on a supporting structure, and it is being printed. So what you do is you take droplets of the living cell and then you print it on a structure that would hold those living cells in its place. So as we have cells in our body that are organized in a certain way, what we do, we take out those cells, not those particular cells, but we have those cells manufactured in the laboratory and then print it in the shape that we desire it to be printed.
Okay. So is this currently in use or is it still in the research phase?
It's in the research state right now. There is, I think, SpaceX's mission to ISS got us an experiment that would print these structures, bioprinting structures in the International Space Station. So if you print these structures in zero gravity, we wouldn't need the organs wouldn't collapse on itself under the action of gravity. So it's currently in the research stage, but we are currently printing quite basic structures using the living cells.
All right, thank you.
So I hope everybody's doubt is clear. So we are stopping the recording now. Just a minute. Stop recording. We have stopped the recording.